Hi there, I am Skelliet, and this is my first long-form art video. I am used to making short-form content, so it feels like I'm making 3 videos in one. My dialogue tends to be on the shorter side even with short-form content. This one will be no different. This is because most of the time I don't have anything to say about what I create. Explaining the process is easier than deciphering why I made what I made in that moment. The only way you could get me to talk about my art in an extremely detailed manner would be for an art paper, and that's not happening. Now it's time for me to talk about my Spooky Forest project, which is a time-lapse in progress as I am speaking. It all started with the little sketch at the beginning of the video. I wanted to work on something that was collaborative with friends, but it wasn't just that. I wanted to challenge myself, to test the limits of my artistic ability once more. By going out of my comfort zone, there is an opportunity to learn and grow. This project, by the way, is wildly out of my comfort zone. Even so, I felt compelled. I really wanted to take it to the next level and do something I hadn't done before. I don't really do backgrounds, architecture, scenery, nature, but I want to start expanding into that. And this is good practice where friends are involved. The incentive for making this background was being able to put figures in afterwards, which is something I idealize for my art in the future. Ironically, by the time me and my best friend Craig had finished the background, we were so burnt out that we hardly had any energy left for characters we wanted to place in it. To give you a time frame, we go on Drawpile every Friday, which is the program we used to make this art. We started this in early October of 2023 and finished in June 2024. That's a long time. When I initially wanted to do this, I didn't think it would take us so long, but I failed to consider that I am a perfectionist. This is a special thank you to Craig, the Batman of my comment section, for putting up with the intensity of my standards. I guarantee it wouldn't have taken as long otherwise. Aside from missing a few sessions here and there, we have always been consistent with meetings. We draw for 2 hours, sometimes more, and when we were tired of working on our project, we had a small section for doodling. You'll get to see these drawings near the end of the video, other friends included. Let's hypothesize for a moment that you made it through the entirety of my video, or you skipped and you encounter Craig's art. And you're wondering, what is her handle? Where is her handle? I know, she's cracked. That's why you're asking, and this is a reasonable question. As I explain in every Drawpile video that I can, she doesn't have a social media presence. But if the demand was high enough, she would release her Tumblr. So let her know that you like her work. She sees those comments before even I do. A fun fact about the Drawpile program is that before the overhaul update we had discovered late, we were working within the Stone Ages. And by that I mean it just felt like it was an old art program. Very simple brushes, basic tools, but it worked well, and that's why we use it over every other art collaboration option. It's free and open source, and they're continuing to make improvements. Of course, there are still some things I'd like to see added as well, but I am very happy with what it is now. Funnily enough, the one feature I really enjoy within Drawpile is the brushes tied to numbers. That's something I always miss within Clip Studio Paint. My main inspiration for this piece was the vibes of mystery, Scooby-Doo, a spooky walk through the forest. I really like the idea of characters going up to what I call the candy house and discovering what's inside, and why this house sits all alone. I've been working on this video for 4 days straight. I'm not saying that for you, I'm saying that for me, so that I can remember the pain I went through and how I finished it like I said I would in October on the very last day, Halloween. Hopefully, my line of thinking wasn't too jumbled to understand. I don't script my videos anymore. So here's the usual blah blah. I post on TikTok and Instagram as well. It's the same content on all platforms. I post on Mondays and Fridays. I work both digitally and traditionally, and let spirit steer the way of what medium I work with at that time. This video is an exception to all of my other content. I felt it needed more space to be fully appreciated. As always, thank you for the gift of your focus. Love and peace, happy Halloween!